Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. It's been a minute. We're here to debrief. We are here to walk through my lore and why I've been absent, what have I been up to. This is kind of just a little catch-up session as I get ready because I'm about to go take my license picture since it's about to expire. My appointment's at 1. It is 8:57 right now. But I have a nail appointment at 10:30, so we're gonna get that face beat up front. So we are already set after my nail appointment because I won't have time to stop at the house, do my makeup. We're just gonna get it all done. As you can see, I just did my hair. She looks super cute. I didn't wanna do my hair all the way down because in my current license picture, my hair, it just kind of takes up the whole frame to where you can't really see my facial features much, or at least there's not as much emphasis on them. So I was like, let me try a little half up, half down action because I saw a lot of girls on TikTok recommended this for your license picture because I was thinking about doing a slick back and they were like, don't do a slick back because you're gonna be given egg in your picture. You're gonna look like you have no hair. Yeah, this is what we're working with. About to do my makeup. We're gonna keep it kind of like a soft glam. That's really like my bread and butter, honestly. I don't do nothing too crazy when it comes to makeup. I'm more of like a skin tint than a foundation girly. Go with the flow when it comes to doing makeup. But lately it's been hitting. It is summer, so, we finna be looking good. We finna be looking good when we step outside, so I'm super excited. Super excited to do this makeup, super excited that it's officially summer for me, and I can just have a little bit of weight lifted off my shoulders because it's been a lot the past 5 months. Also, the date today is May 14th. I didn't even say that. It's May 14th. But yeah, I officially finished school last week, which I'll get into in a little bit, but let's just get started with this beat. I actually have to do some skin prep first, but I'm gonna go ahead and knock out my eyebrows. I like to use the Rare Beauty eyebrow gel. This is so tea. I have not found an eyebrow gel that comes close to this besides the L'Oreal brow lamination one, I think that's what it's called. I'll put a picture of it on the screen. I love that one as well, but it was sold out at a lot of the Ultas that I went to. Same with Target. I couldn't find it like anywhere and they only had it online. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just buy this. And I ended up getting this during the Sephora sale last month because I couldn't find the other one anywhere. And I think the other one is only like $16 or $15, so it's maybe $10 cheaper than this one. And I feel like it works just as good. It doesn't have me flaking. Super good gel. But anyways, what's up? Let me catch y'all up. I put in my notes kind of topics that I want to hit with y'all today and give y'all a little bit of timeline as to what I've been up to this first half of the year and throughout my school semester. So rewinding to January, I actually had a video I had filmed and planned on editing and uploading. This was like right before my winter break had ended, before my spring semester started. And if you live in Texas, you know that we had an ice storm that occurred, I think mid-January. And it was pretty rough. At least like where I lived, the street was completely frozen. So I could not drive off my street for a good 4 days. Like the weather was not getting warm enough to melt that. So I was stuck at the house with my mom for a while, was having to walk to the grocery store, was slipping as I'm walking to the grocery store on the concrete, and it was just so embarrassing. It was so embarrassing. I mean, thankfully the grocery store that's closest to me is walking distance. It's just like, bro. I think I had to call out of work one time. I had to come into work one of the days, which is crazy. I am not really a fan of companies that do that and say like people still have to come in with how bad the weather conditions were, because if you live in Texas, you know that and we have Alaska, it hits hard because our environment is not used to those weather conditions and we're not exactly prepared for them. So it's a lot of power outages. It's just a lot going on. Right before that storm happened, my other dog, Fiona, was going through it and her health declined significantly, like out of nowhere. And she ended up having like 3 seizures within 24 hours. This was the weekend before the storm happened. And it was very scary to watch, very scary to kind of think about what that could mean, because she is elderly. She was 12 and a half years old. We already had the idea that, like, you know, she's getting older. We need to make sure we're taking care of her the best way possible. And she had, I think it was 1 seizure a month or 2 before that, but we thought it was kind of like a one and done. We talked to the breeder. She's like, she might have more. It's expected, but I wouldn't really be concerned unless it's like a back-to-back thing, because once they get older and they have a seizure, it's likely that that's not going to be the only one. When she had those seizures over those past 2 days, I think it was a Saturday, she had 1. And we were like, what the heck? And then the next day she had 1 in the morning. And y'all, like, after she would have these seizures, she would be so confused. She would be walking around for like hours and hours, just like really disoriented. It also messes with their vision. So it kind of takes them like a while to kind of come back to their senses, dogs. And she couldn't really recognize us. Also, every time she had those seizures, it's like some of her nerves would like kind of just dead out, like where she couldn't really wag her tail. I don't know if she got paralyzed from these seizures 100%, but I know, like, we would try to stand her up. She wouldn't be able to walk. It was just very unfortunate, and it really made me upset because this is my childhood dog. And I knew the time was coming where, you know, she would start declining. But when it actually happens, I feel like that's when it starts to hit you. Like, oh my gosh, I don't want this to happen. I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready for this. So we knew, like, that second day when she had 1 seizure in the morning, we were like, if she has another, we might have to go the route of euthanizing her, just because we were gonna experience this ice storm and we didn't want her to have a seizure then and we wouldn't be able to get her medical assistance. So we ended up euthanizing her. I think it was like literally the day or a couple days or the week before the storm had occurred. And it was just really sad. It was very emotional for me and my mom. I feel like when it came to my other dog passing, it was in such a tragic way. It was more of like a trauma that I got from that passing. So that did take me a while to get over, but I feel like this was different because it was more of like a heartfelt thing. Since I grew up with this dog, I've had this dog since I was in 6th grade. So I felt so connected to her, and I was very happy I was able to be with her during those last few moments, and I was able to be present during her euthanization because I've never experienced euthanizing a dog. So I didn't really know what to expect. I was really, really nervous. It was something I had always dreaded coming across. I'm glad that she was able to pass in a much more peaceful manner. And like I said, my mom and I were there during that. So very, very emotional time, but I was really thankful for all of the time that I got with her. She was the last that was alive of her litter, so she outlived every one of her siblings. And yeah, I mean, I feel like 12 and a half years for a medium-sized dog is really good. But that happened in January. That kind of altered my ability to finish that video as well as upload it. So I was like, okay, we're just gonna scratch it, because I think during the video I wasn't able to be 100% present with what was going on, and I didn't want to explain it in the video as well, because I think it was just a very touchy, sensitive topic for me. But she was in really bad shape to the point where I felt like it would have been selfish of me to not get her euthanized. So yeah, we ended up doing that and started my freaking spring semester, I think the next week, right after that ice storm. It was a lot going on, but I am very happy that I got to have that much time with her, seriously. Speaking of school, so I ended up taking 16 credits again, which I did last semester. I really wanted to have a lighter load my senior year and not have as much academic stress, have a little bit more of a, I guess you could say, less packed schedule, because I had a class Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And the campus that my classes were at on Wednesdays and Thursdays is 45 minutes for me. And then the Monday, Tuesday classes, I believe that campus is like 25, 30, kind of just depends on the day. Yeah, it was a lot of driving. It was very taxing. Monday and Tuesday I would work. So I would literally have work and then go straight to class. And it was just, I would be gone all day. And then Wednesday, Thursday, I'm driving that fat drive to class and back. And like Wednesdays, I would finish class at 4:50. So that traffic, it would take me like an hour and 15 to get home. So it was just, oh my gosh, it was just a lot. I had something every day, literally, besides Sundays. It was either work, school, or both. Like, it was a very jam-packed schedule for me. I never had such a busy semester, but I got through it. As I got accustomed to the classes, I was able to gauge like what classes I need to be more present at, what classes I can do a lot of the work at home, because some did have attendance as a grade. My Monday and Tuesday classes, thankfully, I didn't have to be at a lot of the times, but my Wednesday, Thursday, I was having to make that drive pretty frequently. I will say this semester, I feel like was the most beneficial as far as like what I gained from it, because I was taking a lot of marketing and management courses. I also took statistics and business law. I gained the most knowledge in this semester compared to like really any semester I've ever had in college. It was a lot of stuff I could apply within the business world or to my career. Helped me work on certain skills, specifically like public speaking. That was something that I wanted to really become good at and just start practicing. And I had a course, I think it was called like business writing and presentation skills, and it was a lot of group work, a lot of like literally elevator pitches in front of the entire class, doing presentations without like a note card in front of you, like speaking straight off the dome and glancing at your slides with a couple bullet points. It was very, very informational and it taught me a lot. That was probably my favorite class that I took this semester. I also took consumer behavior, global marketing and practices. I think it was something like that, global marketing issues and practices. And I took, I think I'm missing one, like this online class that was kind of like an Excel class. That was like the 8-week one that ended before spring break happened. But yeah, I hated that class. I'm not really an Excel fan, not gonna lie. As you learn it more, it doesn't get as irritating, but it's still like, it can just be a hassle sometimes. I had great professors as well. No complaints about the professors that I had this semester, and I think I only searched up like half of them on Rate My Professor. And my favorite class with an amazing professor. She was rated so bad on Rate My Professor, and I was like, what? Because I didn't even look till I think halfway through the class, and I was like, dang, they really rated her so bad. And I think she's so good. So sometimes with Rate My Professor, you have to take it with a grain of salt if the rating is kind of like in the high 2s or the 3s. But if it's like a low 2 or a 1, I usually just take people's word for it and be like, okay, I'm gonna just listen to y'all. So yeah, I had a really good semester. Ended pretty well as far as how I did on my finals and stuff. And I am taking 2 summer courses which start next week. I think it's like a business analytics class and one other one, like a BCIS, like some sort of like computing type deal. So during my school semester, like halfway, my work schedule had changed where I was having to work like 6:30 to 2 instead of like 9 to 3 or 9 to 4, whatever. That's usually what I would work. And I would do like my stairs in the morning before I would go into work. But when my schedule changed, I was like, ugh. I was still working out, but it was just a little bit messy because fitting in my cardio was much harder. And I feel like I wouldn't be able to do it as much, which was really annoying. And so a lot of stuff was kind of going on with my job. Like we got new management. My manager, I had to fill him out. Like I liked him at first. And then as we kind of went through the next few months and I'm starting to see his habits and how he operates, I just felt like it wasn't really my tea. And I had been working this job for 4 years and I already went through bad management before this manager came. I felt like it was gonna go in a bad direction going into the summer and just throughout this semester, and I was completely right. Like he wasn't really showing up on time. It was just a lot. I'm working the schedule. I'm annoyed because it's kind of just like I gotta move around my workouts a little bit, but I was just promoted, so I didn't really make a huge deal out of it because I understood like, okay, this is kind of part of my job description now. Like I have to be able to step in instances like this. I just felt like with how it was going, I didn't really see myself staying long term because I felt like I was overcompensating for what I'm getting paid for and what my actual job description is. And I didn't want people to get comfortable with that, where I'm putting in much more than I should be. And I also just wanted something a little bit more grown and that was gonna give me skills that I could take with me in the business world. So throughout this past springtime, I was kind of just looking at jobs because obviously working a 9 to 5 is not my end all be all. It's something that I do to keep myself stable until I have the opportunity to make content a full thing. And I think just going through these courses as well and learning more about the business world and different things that tie into marketing and would be able to have me improve on skills that are good to have. For example, I want to be better with communicating with strangers more and just having conversations casually with people to where it just flows and it's not like I'm nervous or I'm stuttering and it's just like a natural thing for me. I came across an opportunity that is a sales position, went through my 2 interviews, got the job. So now I'm kind of like doing both jobs. I'm training at the new job like 1 or 2 times a week, and then I work at my current job for the rest of May, and after that I'll fully be submerged into my new job. So I'm just so excited because I don't have to wear no like ugly outfit to work anymore. I can actually dress cute in my business casual, and I've never worked in sales. My mom does, so I can definitely learn from her, and I know it's something that brings me a little bit of anxiety just because you have to have the ability to be comfortable speaking with strangers and being able to upsell, being able to listen as well. I think that's something that people forget within sales, having the capacity to not only just explain and upsell whatever product it is, but listen to the consumer and be able to tailor to them best possible way. I actually have training for that job today. I think I'm only going in 4 to 8. I had to work 4 to 8 instead of, I think it was like 1 to 8 or 12 to 8 because I'm going to get my license renewed and whatever. So they were like, just come in 4 to 8, that's fine. But I'm super excited. I'm super excited about that. And the way I got it, I kind of had to market myself and put myself out there, express how interested I was in the role rather than just applying and hearing back. Lesson from this, closed mouths don't get fed. Don't rely on nobody to try to get a job for you or say, oh yeah, like I'll talk to them and let you know. Like, no, you do the work. You reach out to the person you need to hear from or you're trying to get in contact with, and don't always trust people when they say that they're gonna do it for you, because sometimes these people don't have no sense of urgency. And that's what I learned thinking about letting someone else help me out in that aspect. I was like, you know what? I don't like people with no urgency. So took it upon my own self to do that, and I got what I wanted. But again, I haven't really been able to get to my stairs like I wanted to, but the body's still looking good. The body's still looking tea because I was at a deficit for a little bit, probably from like February to April, just to cut down a little bit of body fat, and I'm glad I did that because I think it was like perfect timing. Now I'm really focused on toning up a little bit more, working on my core strength. I've just been so obsessed with yoga sculpt, y'all. Like, that is literally my tea. I tried a cycling class, I think 2 nights ago. Oh my gosh, my knees were so shot. Like, getting up and down on that bike, girl, that is not my thing. That is not really my thing. But the music was good and the instructor was good, so it made the experience a lot better. Is that something I'm gonna put in my routine? Most likely not. I kind of just tried it just to try it and switch it up. I didn't really explain the products that I've been putting on the past like 10 minutes, but I used the Kylie skin tint. This is so tea. Like, I will never stop talking about this to people. This is so perfect if you want some light to medium coverage, but you don't like something heavy on your face, and it's buildable. So you don't have to worry about over applying or under applying. Like, you can kind of just easily gauge how much you're putting on. This is the shade 7W. I just switched over to this shade like a couple weeks back because I was starting to get a little bit darker, and I was like, yeah, we need to fix this. We need to change my shade. I used to use 6.5 WN, which is like a warm neutral, and this is like my perfect winter shade. But I tried mixing the both, and then I was like, I think I just need to do the 7. So that's what I've been doing. And then I put on some Toasted Teddy blush for my cream blush, and I also did, where's my contour? Oh, the Liss Beauty Courage contour stick. But now I'm gonna do some concealer. I'm gonna use the NARS concealer. This is my favorite concealer, y'all. Hourglass, it's just patchy. It doesn't really stay under my eyes. I'm using the shade Praline, and this, it's just so hydrating. I don't have to worry about my eyes getting really dry, and I think that also is because I do put eye cream on before I do my makeup. So that's such a crucial part in skin prep people don't think about all the time. If you put on eye cream, girl, that's gonna help a lot with your under eyes when applying concealer. Also, my skin, y'all, that plays a huge part as to why my makeup has been bussin' when I put it on now. I use, I don't think I ever told y'all the percentage, I don't remember, but I use the 0 to 5 percentage. This is like the lowest percentage I think you can get prescribed, but she's worked wonders for me. I started her in November. My skin got really good, I would say maybe like late January, February. It didn't take me that long to see results as far as clearing my skin, but I'm also on clindamycin, what is this, phosphate? Yeah, clindamycin phosphate and benzoyl peroxide gel. This I use in the morning. It's more of like a spot treatment, but that really helps with the acne bacteria, and the tretinoin kind of helps even everything out. Hyperpigmentation. I think it does help with acne a little bit as well, but that's mainly what my morning gel fights. I didn't have a purging phase. I literally just started with applying it 2 times a week for 2 weeks. Then the next 2 weeks I did 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, so on until I built up to every day. But now what I do is I use it 5 times a week, and then I exfoliate my face 2 times a week with the Paula's Choice Mandelic Acid exfoliant. And I just put that on at night after I wash my face, because you don't want to use the 2 together. So I just do it on separate nights. But that's just, it's just saved my skin. And I would say within the past like month or 2, that's when I really started to see my skin like reflecting, like having more of a glow to it. I also put it on my chest as well, and I would sometimes put it on my back because I would get back acne here and there from working out, or I would just have hyperpigmentation there from scarring. So I put it also on my back, sometimes like this little top part of my arm, like shoulder area, and it would clear that up as well. As long as you build it up gradually, I feel like you shouldn't have a major purge. But again, this is just speaking of my experience. I didn't have a terrible reaction to it. Only thing I will say is I did peel when I first got on it, but that's something that I learned was normal. So yeah, everyone's different. Definitely do your research, talk to your dermatologist, see what they suggest, because I really was just like fed up, and I was like, I want to get this sorted out, girl. Like, I can't do it anymore. I don't want to keep spending money on products, and maybe this is just all I need. And I was right. So I'm happy I just listened to my gut and didn't keep buying products, because I thought it was like only the coconut cult that had my skin going crazy, but it just was never getting better after that. So I figured, okay, maybe it's just I need stronger products. And also now everything else that I pair with it is more hydrating. Like, I have a hydrating face wash, I have a hydrating moisturizer. I use a lot more hydrating products. Now with makeup, you kind of have to be a little bit cautious, because if you do too many hydrating products, it just gives oily. But usually what I try to do to combat that, or combat that, whatever, is I use the One Size Until Dawn spray, because I always spray with the Charlotte Tilbury, but since I do so many hydrating products, I have to like make sure I'm doing a good amount of powder as well as using that One Size spray. But we got all the cream products done. I'm gonna go ahead and set this. Okay, I just put my outfit on because I only have like a good 10 minutes before I need to be out the door. And I have not even ate, so I think I'm just gonna eat, honestly, after this nail appointment, maybe? I don't know, because I don't want food in my teeth. Well, I got floss. I'll be fine. But I'm gonna kind of lay these side pieces real quick before I forget. I love this look. Like, I definitely want to start doing this half up, half down more. I feel like I like this better than the half up, half down ponytail. I think sometimes the half up, half down ponytail can look a little flat on me, but this kind of just slims the face a little bit. I don't know, I love it. I don't know, but I'm gonna put some up here. I think this is cute. I don't think I want to show teeth this time. I don't know. I love my teeth though, so I don't know, y'all. But I'm gonna take my Charlotte Tilbury powder. I've had this small size for like so freaking long, y'all. This size, literally I've had for so long. I swear. But it's perfect because I can take it in my purse as well to go, and it's just not gonna take up so much room. This is just to set everything. I just got this Huda Beauty powder for my under eyes. This is like the brightening powder, I think. I got this in peach pie, or no, peach cupcake. And now I use this to set my under eyes instead of using the loose powder. I think this one's peach pie, yeah. Which I still love that one, but if I want something kind of quick and a little bit more minimal, then I just use this because literally it doesn't put too much on the powder puff and it just adds a little bit of brightening on the under eye. The makeup's kind of eating. She's kind of eating. Also, I got these earrings from Revolve. I've been loving Revolve lately. Like, the girls were not lying about Revolve. Revolve be having them gems for clothes, jewelry. Oh my gosh. See? Just talking. And I've gotten a couple pairs of shoes from there. So, love them. But I'm gonna do some contour. I'm using the House Labs Power Sculpt Velvet Bronzer and Acai Ember or Acai Ember. I don't know how to say it. But this, it's pretty minimal. Like, it's definitely buildable, but it's perfect because it's not too much when you first put it on. You can kind of build it up a little bit and it's not too orangey. But I love this for just a quick little bronzy moment. But speaking of my hair, y'all, literally I think I found the key secret to what has helped my hair not only grow but just strengthen, because I had a slick back problem. Like, I'm a slick back warrior, and I told myself like last month or the month before, I'm like, girl, we gotta cut it back a little bit because I'm starting to get like some thinning around like my edge area and all that. I got this during the sale and it's still early, you know, I've only been using this for maybe about a month, but I got the Kerastase Genesis treatment and I personally feel like I've seen a difference over the past month as far as like how thin my hair would look when I slick it back. I feel like there's a little bit more thickness now and my hair has felt a little bit more fuller. I originally bought the small one during the sale, but ran out, went through it, so I went and got the bigger bottle I think last week. And then I also bought this Kerastase 8-hour magic night serum to use on my mid lengths and ends at night, which has helped with basic hair care, moisture, its softness, all that. But I think those products are worth your money, I'm not gonna lie. I've been using that, and I've also been using the Redken, I think it's like, which line is it? It's the blue one, but it's like the shampoo that helps grow your hair. Ugh, I can't think of the freaking name of the line. I'll put it on the screen. But I think it's this extreme length. I don't know, y'all, but I've been using that in the shower. And I've also been using the, what conditioner? I think it's like the Matrix Green conditioner. And I oil my hair once a week with omelette oil, botana oil on my scalp, and then on my ends and my mid lengths I use argan oil and yeah, I think it's argan and almond oil. I used to just do coconut oil on my ends, but from what I've been seeing through doing my research, it's a little bit too heavy for my hair because I have more finer curls, so I can't really be using something that heavy. But that little routine, the oiling, the serum on my scalp every night, the serum on my lengths every night, and the shampoo, I feel like has just done a lot within the past couple months. I mean, I've been oiling my hair for a while, but at least the serum, I definitely saw a difference pretty fast. Ooh! Oh my gosh, I love this. I love this. Also, this blush, y'all, I bought this during the sale. This is the House Labs Blush in French Rosette. This is like, oh my gosh, I love her. Because it's like a perfect pink. It's not like a crazy bright ass baby pink, but it's just like, it's a little corally. It's perfect for like spring and summer. But I just love her. So, makeup is done. I just gotta set it. And I do want to do a lip combo, but I'm like, do I want to do it now? I might as well do it now. Let me just do it now, y'all, because it's better to do it now than later, okay? But y'all, I'm super excited for summer. I have some exciting things planned. I'm definitely traveling, which y'all will see where I'm going. I'm vlogging one of those trips. So I'm excited for that. And my birthday is next month. So I can't believe I'm turning 24. Where does the time go? I don't know. Do we like I don't know, y'all. I kind of just want to put on gloss, but it's like I'm taking the picture. I have to line up. I have to. It's like, it's law. And then I'm gonna do my Fenty, what is this? Gloss Bomb Stick in Sorta Selfish. Put this on over. This will kind of help smooth everything out. And then my Fenty Beauty Oil in 06. Fenty Glow, I don't know. But put that on over. Boom. This is the look, y'all. This is the look. So yeah, finna go get my nails done. We're about to go take this picture later. Let me give you guys a quick fit check before I close this off. I'm wearing this Skims Fits Everybody top. This is an extra small because it is pretty stretchy. And then I'm also wearing these Fashion Nova like vintage jeans with it. Super cute. They are a little big on me, but it's okay. I'm wearing these Tory Burch black sandals, and then I'm gonna wear this bag my man got for me for Christmas. This Colt Gaia bag with it. Ugh, it's so tea. Yeah, and then for perfume, I'm gonna do my Perfume de Marley Oriana scent. This is so tea. Love. But I hope you guys enjoyed chatting it with me. I can't wait to come back to YouTube with more consistency now that my life is a little bit more slowed down. I did rack up like a lot of courses these past 2 semesters, so my senior year would just be a little bit more easier to get through, and I just didn't feel so claustrophobic with everything. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will see y'all in my next one. Bye guys.